This week on Your Bond Daddy.
Both high fits in the first bar, right?
There at the dollar store, he was tripping.
Across the street from the neighborhood.
Better hurry, we're still a few minutes out. Black Tahoe looking to pass this through down.
Somebody.
Yep, bullets, that's them.
Get him go, y'all.
Driver, he's getting out right now. Look, he's exiting the vehicle right now.
Okay, we're good.
Hey, man.
Go.
Hey, let me see your hands.
All right, before we go hunting, we had asked earlier this week on TikTok and YouTube Shorts some like Q&A stuff that you guys, the fans, wanted to hear, and we're gonna go through and answer all the ones we can. What's the first question we have, my brother?
First one's Gary Brockett from Facebook. Can an ex-con become a bounty hunter?
Yes and no. Is that a local person? I wonder if that person's local. We've been getting some loaded questions, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if I should share about that really right now, but yeah, so can an ex-con be a bounty hunter? Man, that's tricky. It depends on the offense.
On the charge. So, and depending on the time of the charge and if the charge has changed from the original felony.
That's right. So, I mean, I'll speak personally, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I've shared pretty openly with and people in general or our social media fans. I mean, I'm a recovering drug addict and alcoholic, and in the late 90s, I'd gotten a little bit of trouble and with a possession charge, and like in 99, and I luckily got a deferred case. A deferred adjudication is what it's called in Texas. It's kind of a probated sentence, and it was for 3 years, and so I completed that 3 years. And basically what it shows now, since I did that, is that I was arrested, not convicted of that felony charge. So that's my personal, deal. I don't know if you use the term like ex-con. I mean, like a person that's gone to prison. Like you said, even in that scenario, let's use an example, burglary of a habitation.
Yep.
Like a burglary of a habitation charge from 20 years ago.
Used to be a felony.
And you fast forward to now, and that charge isn't the same in the state of Texas. So since 10 to 20 years had passed with a friend of ours, he was able to go in front of the board with the state of Texas Private Investigation Board, and they went through his papers and reviewed everything, looked at his history since that time period, and he's now licensed. So, which is good, man. I think a lot of people, I think what gives me a little bit of an edge in this industry is that I came from that world, you know what I'm saying, with addiction, drugs, alcohol, running with those type of people. So, I almost think cops. Like if you want to be a police officer, you can never have done drugs before, correct? Don't you do a lie detector test?
Yeah, you can, but it depends on the drug too, I think.
Yeah.
You have to be open about it, and then there has to be a time frame behind it, unless something you used.
I think cops or bounty hunters, I think having a history, whether you've been arrested before or had an addiction issue or whatever it may be, it's like sharpens that tool when you're in the field. So thanks for asking that, Gary.
Next question from Colby Moore on Facebook. How did you become Bond Daddy?
Colby Moore. Is that an old client? Yeah. For sure. How did I become Bond Daddy? So when MD and I were sitting back thinking of this creative idea to market our bail bond companies, we were talking about the social media aspect, and the ladies down my godfather's office in Houston, they always called me Bond Daddy. And so, that's how Bond Daddy got started. I think it was Cheryl at my Houston office. She was always like, "What's up, Bond Daddy?" when I come down there. And so it just kind of stuck. And then when we started kind of thinking about, handle names or, logos or branding, Bond Daddy was then created and made it into Your Bond Daddy because of what we needed, like the URLs and all the social media handles. We couldn't find everything as Bond Daddy. We had to make it Your Bond Daddy. So, yeah, man, that's how Bond Daddy started.
Bryce Wayne on Instagram asked, has the situation ever gotten out of hand? And has one of the offenders ever had guns?
Yeah. I was in the 3rd Ward, chasing a guy in a blue warrant that missed court on us. And as I was chasing him, I shot him with it's a JPX. It's a 9mm casing with pepper gel in it. Hit him in the face. He was high, didn't do anything. And the fight was on. I went to go pop off the other round, and that's why they always say don't trust your equipment fully. The other round never went off. So I was tackled. Him and I are now fighting. The guy was probably a good 240, 250. And as him and I are boxing on the ground and we're fighting, he's headbutting me, split my forehead. So now I'm bleeding. I got his pepper spray that's on him. He's bleeding. And then as I'm finally getting him in handcuffs, four to five other guys from the same halfway house he was in started coming out. So I got him in handcuffs. I finally was able to draw my weapon, put them on their knees. And the pastor's wife called 911 saying that a white cop just shot an unarmed black man. So, which I'm glad she said it that way, because at that time, HPD, probably 5 or 6 cars rolled up, fire trucks, ambulances, and it was just a JPX round. But because it's 9mm casing, it does sound like a gun. And then pepper spray coming out, it's orange, so at a distance, it looked red. And he was fine. He went ahead and finished off, I want to say, the last 15 years of his sentence. But I got to work at 9 a.m., and I think I was at home by 11. Went ahead and called it a day.
11 that night, or
11 that morning. I only worked for 2 hours that day. I was
like, I'm done.
Yeah, I was done. I saved some money for the day, so I went home.
Yeah, that JPX, an old business partner of mine, Patrick, and I, we went to San Antonio to go dove hunting, and we knew we had a warrant out in San Antonio. So when we got there, we got in our hotels, got situated, went out, and figured we'd just make this quick arrest. And it was the same type of deal with that JPX. Popped him with that JPX after we had a big squab, and then he kept wrestling with us, and we had that OC spray all over us, man. Like the next day I was out hunting in the dove field, and it was just reactivating my pores. It was so brutal, man.
Yeah, I'd rather take that taser than pepper spray any day of the week.
Tyler King on Instagram asks, what is your most memorable hunt?
I would think it was probably that dude that jumped off the parking garage down off Westheimer. That was insane. You remember that?
Yeah. It was that guy out of Georgia or Tennessee. It was a warrant or something like that. We got hired to do that.
Yeah. It was me, you, and Jacob. And Jacob was already down there. And me and you rolled up in the parking garage, and we were going up. We passed him. He was sitting in the car eating an ear of corn. So we went up there.
That was the second floor he was on.
That was the second floor. And we went all the way up to the third floor and turned around, and Jacob came from the first floor, got out of his truck, and that dude started running up higher floors
to us
as we threw the doors open of the truck, and that dude took a straight left. He was tased, and then he jumped off 2.5 stories up and hit the ground. And we ran over, and he hit literally the only spot of grass in that area. Everything else was concrete. So when we get down there,
but it was like a movie though.
Yeah.
Like the dude was like
all like
arms and legs. We're like, oh my god, he's dead.
Yep. And then we get down there, and you were still up there where he jumped off at. I was down at the bottom. I looked up at you because he was gone. He wasn't where he was.
He stood up. I tried to pop him from the 2.5 stories up. I was like, ow, and he just.
Yep. And he ended up in a different parking garage trying to hide under a car when I found him. And that's when we got him, and arms were shattered, one of his legs was shattered, hand was shattered, bleeding from his face.
He went to grab that pole when he jumped.
Yeah, that's what he told me. That's what he told me. He said, I was trying to swing down the next level, and I guess when he said he did that, and he bounced off of it, and then he hit the ground.
Yeah, he thought he was going to do some like movie stuff and like hook the side and slide down to the next floor, but since he got tased, he really, when he was running over the side, it was like a wall about waist high. Yeah. And when we tried to pop him, I thought he just collapsed right there. So like I came around the car, I was expecting him to be there because he went like a board. He was like, bing, and he just went right over the edge.
And he was a big guy. I mean, he was probably like 6'3", like 250.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
Guy. So it's probably the only reason he survived that.
Tyler King asked on YouTube, what was your hardest or longest hunt?
What was the gypsy I chased?
Boswell.
Robbie Boswell. You know, in state of Texas, you have 6 months on a misdemeanor and get him back in custody, or 9 months on a felony. And in some counties that time can go a little past, you know what I'm saying? If they're not really sharp on their paperwork and when they do the lawsuit and all that stuff. And I had this gypsy, man, I was chasing. And Robbie Boswell, man, I chased him for 13 months, dude, on a $50,000 bond, dude. And he literally like ruined my life for a year. Like I was like, and it was so weird, like when we caught him, like I was like just numb, you know what I'm saying? We caught him up in like Wisconsin, I think.
Yeah.
And Indianapolis, Indiana. Yeah. And then like when we got him finally, I was just like, yeah, it was a lot, you know what I'm saying? Like Christmas, Thanksgiving.
I remember that video. You caught me, Elliott, but I gave you a good run for your money.
Yeah, we might want to find that video. I think I've still got that somewhere on my phone and put that up.
You got me, Elliott, but I gave you a run for your money, buddy.
Video you sent. And he definitely did give me a run for my money.
Mine was probably Jonathan King. That's probably the hardest one I worked on.
Yeah.
Because I was there at the end of Boswell. I came in on the end of Boswell. So
Yeah,
when we
Jonathan
had that
King was
wedding,
big.
we had that gypsy wedding where they were like marrying off them. Never mind.
13-year-old or
Yeah,
something.
13-year-old girl.
Yeah, Leland and I worked that case together, man. So, like, Leland Chapman's probably one of the more known gypsy bounty hunters in the United States, man. He's chased a couple of really big cases, so we worked hard on it, man. We actually turned that whole family upside down. Like, the way Heather was working social media, and just, you know, there's like these little quadrants in the United States where these gypsies live, and you know, they have like a whole set of laws and life that they live by, and a language and all kinds of stuff. And she had just, you know, went in and was somehow flipping these families against each other by doing stuff on social media. And you know, they all got all these strings of different businesses, and the cars are underneath this family's name, and asphalt trucks are this name, and they're from this state, and they're just all over the place. And you know, Heather just somehow went in there and just kept, she was like reporting them to the Better Business Bureau and doing all kinds of stuff, man. It was interesting, man. But we finally shook them out. Somebody finally dropped a dime on them. But yeah,
After you run enough lives, they kind of give you what you want.
Jalen Sims on YouTube asked, what's your favorite part of the job?
Winning. 2023 hide and seek champs. So for the past 10 years running, at least for me. So winning.
yeah, it is nice to, you know, because these people think they're gonna beat you, but this is our craft and our trade, and like we got it pretty dialed. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, chase the biggest and the baddest. You know what I'm saying?
Everything from petty misdemeanor weed charges to capital murder.
Yeah.
So, and for some reason, the $500 misdemeanors that they already have a bond, they're some of the hardest ones that you'll have to chase.
Versus the 50 or the 150.
Yeah, the 50 to 100,000. We just did that 310 that he missed. The warrant came active, and within 24 hours, he was in custody. So
that was this week.
Right before we came here.
Yeah, 310K. Yeah, so that was the finale for the last week. Was picking that guy up.
What does it take to be a bounty hunter?
stupidity.
In the state, every state's different. In the state of Texas, we're licensed under DPS, Department of Public Safety. So under DPS is private security. So you have to pass the FBI background check in the state of Texas. And then it's pretty simple. After you pass all that, if you can find a company like Texas Bounty and Investigations, you can hang your license under them. So you have to have like a PI firm like I have, and then you can hang your license under that. But yeah, that's basically it. There's like continuing education you have to do, I think, every 2 years, like 15 hours. But you know, Texas is pretty stringent. You know, you can't really come from other states and come here and arrest people. You know, so. But yeah, that's what you have to do here in Texas.
We're literally going to stay on.
Yeah, we're gonna stay this for 3 miles.
105.
Yeah.
105, 3 miles out.
Yeah. 10.2. Or well, this has me going.
You should go all the way down Waukegan to 105, and then you'll turn right.
Well, it has me turn on Millmac.
I mean, Joe, do we want to hit this like he's on a run? Like me and Dion go around back, you go to the front, or you want you and Heather in front, me and Dion in the back in case it comes out?
Yes.
Okay. Is that what you're thinking, D? I mean, Joe?
Sure.
House looks like. We got fences.
Probably just a trailer house, I'm sure. Look at
That was high fence in the first part, right?
There at the
Yeah.
dollar store, he was tripping.
Which dollar store? Which one?
That's.
Across the street from the neighborhood?
And I'm getting service, so I don't know which. Dude, that'd be great if we can get him in the dollar store.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Okay, there is a Family Dollar directly across
Yeah.
the street from that neighborhood.
better hurry, just still a few minutes out.
You want to be in the parking lot, or you want to drive by it?
Park across the street. Either there, right here at.
You want to hit that right across the street?
Or is it there?
Well, it'll be easier if you come out on the same side. You don't have to cross traffic, you know.
Okay. Okay. So you think we can see up in the
Well, we'll be able to see somebody, they pull up.
on the shoulder of the road, or you want to see we can see back there? Here's
Park. Yeah, I just say pull it right in this. Like turn around and park right in the entrance.
I just, because he said, I said, where were they coming from? He said, direction of a, hey,
Actually, I don't know if it's our car or not.
it'd be coming in front of you if it didn't turn. If it, right there, bud. Ooh,
That's promising.
like,
That's a Tahoe, though, right?
That's what we're looking for. I say
she
black.
flipped the shot. Hey, she flipped the in the road. Black Tahoe.
Black Tahoe looking the passenger's food down.
But he did look like there was anybody.
That's them.
Yeah.
Hang on, let them pull in. They haven't pulled in. They're in. They're in.
Hold on. We're not gonna go into the.
Yeah, don't leave. Yeah, because they'll see us move.
Is he going in?
Battery's out. Yeah.
Should we just go in and box the car?
Yeah, because no doors have opened.
Look at him go, y'all.
Robert, he's getting out right now. Look, he's exiting the vehicle right now.
She's looking.
Down in the pool.
Okay, we're good.
Hey, man.
Go, 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 go.
You want a taser? Hey, let me see your hands. Hands, hands, hands. Get on your knees. On your knees. On your knees. Other hand on your head. Hand on your head. Other hand on your head.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, go ahead and drop that.
Stealing from her?
Go ahead and drop it.
Yeah, drop your shit, bro. Is this guy stealing at the other store?
Possibly. All right, man. I'm not gonna have you step on. Go ahead and stand up. Hold this one. Oh, where's that female he was with? See if she has anything active. All right, bro. What I'm gonna do? Hey, I'm gonna take this left cuff off and I'm gonna flip it. All right, because I don't want them putting you in any funny positions. Okay. There we go. That's better. There we go. All right, they got her. We're gonna put him in the car. Yeah, we're gonna go put you in the car real quick. You got ID and everything, your ID and everything like that on you? You got anything in your car? I'm gonna put you up front, okay?
That was today.
That was yesterday.
To your office.
What do you guys say about that?
Going
Oh,
straight
that's
there. We'll pull in the
got
parking lot.
jokes. But then you see where he's at.
Get in
So
there.
I still won.